Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Brown Baptist Church. This is Men's Weekend 2022, right here on the campuses of Brown Baptist, and we are so excited to have each of you to join us on this day. Well, my name is Kenny Lackey, and I will be your host for this countdown, and I'm filling the shoes of Pastor Orr, and I'm glad to be here, and Pastor, I hope I can do a good job to honor you and your absence. All right, I'd like to introduce to you our guests. This time we have Brother Embrick Johnson. Embrick?
Hello, welcome everyone. We're glad to have you. Embrick Johnson. I'm the new coordinator for the men's ministry here at Brown Baptist Church. Just delighted to be a part of this celebration.
The next young man I'd like to introduce to you is one that I've been knowing for a mighty long time. As a matter of fact, his uncles and his cousins used to have a group called the Sons of Wonder, and they were from a little city called Friars Point, Mississippi. And I actually knew him when he's flying all over the country now, but I actually knew him when he had a guitar, and he would take that guitar and twirl it around like it was an airplane. And now he's flying all over the country, and he's giving God the praise. And I'm like to introduce to you the one and only Mr. Josh Myles. Hey, Josh, how you doing?
How about it, Mr. Lackey? I'm doing all right. Glad to be here, man. I thank you for inviting me.
We're glad to have you here. Glad to have you. And of course, we have our Men's Day psalmist, who will be singing to the power of the Lord come down on this weekend, the one and only Mr. Paul Porter. Now, let me tell you how I met Paul. Many years ago, before I came to Brown Baptist, I used to travel around on the Bobby Jones gospel shows, and I had the privilege of opening for Yolanda Adams and Kirk Franklin and all of the gospel greats. I mean, I can even remember on those shows there was Shirley Caesar and the book, not about me, but I got a chance to meet Paul on one of those shows, and then from there I saw him it was DC. I saw him in North Carolina on the Shirley Caesar show, and it was just all around. And I'm like, man, this guy here is truly doing it. He got them two wings and he's flying all over the world. And I guess I came in because Paul was flying and I was driving. So I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Paul Porter. Paul?
How are you doing, Brother Lackey? I'm just so glad to be here, and I'm always honored to be at Brown Baptist and be involved in anything that Brown Baptist is doing. So I'm just excited to be here, brother.
And we are very excited to have Mr. Porter as well as Mr. Myles here on this weekend. At this time, I would like to go into a part of the interview that's very special to us. For as you know, we are still mourning the loss of the late, great Keith Wonderboy Johnson. And, last year at Brown, Josh Myles was our Men's Day psalmist. And he came before us and he was singing, "My life, my life." And it was awesome. And the Mighty Men of Brown was able to get behind him. And we did a tribute to Lee Williams because Lee Williams had just transitioned. And now, this year, unfortunately, Keith Wonderboy Johnson has gone on to be with the Lord. And Josh, we wanted to just talk to you about some of the wonderful things that you and Keith got a chance to do in the music world.
Well, we did a lot in a short time. Keith's album, Keep Pushing, he gave me a call and he said his daughter's like my life, so we actually recorded that song together on that project. That went on to win a Stellar Award in 2019.
And that's what we was happy about that, man, because like I said, I've been knowing you a long time, and to see you grow up from running the cotton fields of Friars Point, Mississippi, to being up there on the Stellar Awards and winning it, man, that's truly amazing. So and then with Keith and all of the great recordings that he left us and all of this, and you and Keith had an opportunity to do a song called "Oh the Joy." Yes, Can you tell us about that one?
"Oh the Joy." Last time we recorded together in Tupelo, he came down. Paul was there. Mr. Harvey, George Dean. We just kind of had a great time together with everybody. Just spreading love and joy. And, we ate chicken and and we recorded my first solo record.
And that was?
It's called Never Let Me Down, live in Tupelo, Mississippi.
Is this it right here? I think this is it right here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can tell us where we can pick this up.
You can pick that up wherever you consume your music, whether it be Spotify, Apple Music, or Tidal.
Yeah.
All of those places. We got the physical copies. You can contact me at MylesHouseMusic@gmail.com, and we can get a physical copy to you if you want one.
Gotcha. You know, Josh was our special guest last year. Well, this year, our special guest is the one and only Mr. Paul Porter.
Yay!
And Paul, just before you tell us about your times with Keith, next year, Brother Embrick, we were planning to bring in Keith Wonderboy Johnson. And just to show you how Brown Baptist really ties into the gospel music world and ties into quartet and traditional music, we are definitely on the forefront of putting out the music and supporting the music that will make us special. And so, Paul, tell us about your experiences with Keith.
Oh man, we've had so many. Cause Keith came in this business as a baby, and so did I. I think I signed my first record deal at 19, and I'm 60 years old. So
we didn't know that. We
signed my first. No. I'm 60 years old now. So I've been doing this 41 years traveling nationally on the road. And Keith came in as a baby, probably 16, 17, 18. And so, when Keith came out here, I was already running, but we ran into each other many times. We worked together so much. We worked in the studio together on many occasions, but just recently, right before he passed, we were already into a 6-week tour of the Dynamic Duo. We had come up with that name, of course, from Batman and Robin, but at the end of the day, we were calling it the Dynamic Duo Tour, and we said, what better way with the two youngest baby legends of quartet? He was 50, I was 60, and we said we can work together, and we were kind of like the masters of doing tracks anyway. So we said, let's come together and do a tour, and we started putting it together, and we were going to add Shaquille Carr, Cardi Cortez, and many others, like Friends, maybe a quartet here or something like that. And we already had the investors ready to do 15 cities. And, before we could get that done, he passed.
Truly one of the amazing things is that when I first heard Keith, when I first heard you, and when I first heard Josh's family, the Myles family, it was down in Clarkston, Mississippi.
Whoa.
There was a disc jockey by the name of Early Wright. He used to play all of y'all, man. He played them two wings, and he played at High Behind the Mountain, and so forth. And it was just an amazing time to grow up and to see where Keith came from at such a young age. He was like, you and him both are like the youngest, oldest quartet singers out there.
Well, the thing I
say
youngest
and the oldest.
The thing I say about Keith was never afraid. Now, I came out timid, but Keith came out like he had been doing this. He was only about 19 or 18. He came out like he had been doing it 90 years. I mean, he was just a go-getter, a gunner, and he just come out with a natural ability, a gift from God, to just go out there and just have at it. And the proof in the pudding is when High Behind the Mountain came out, Keith told me that he told the record company that he signed with, he said, y'all need artists, y'all ain't got no artists yet. But he didn't have a record deal. Right. So he said, until you can get Keith Wonderboy, you ain't got no artist. When he signed, he proved it, because High Behind the Mountain was their first hit.
Wow. Wow, and it's still a hit. We will be doing the Mighty Men of Brown. We'll be singing a little bit of High Behind the Mountain. Yes. In honor and tribute to Keith. So, Josh, you and Paul have been doing some work together too. Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. Well, Paul is actually on that.
He's on this
album also. We got a song called Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah, and I just got to say, I mean, I just feel, I can't even describe the feeling that I feel from these guys, Paul, Keith, Mr. Harvey, even George Dean. Those guys just, I don't know, they just love me, and they took me under their wing and taught me the business, and taught me and are teaching me how to maneuver in this business and do things the right way. So I really just got to say I appreciate them for that. And Paul ain't steered me wrong yet.
Right. And if you're wondering who's Mr. Harvey, he's talking about Mr. Harvey Watkins of the Canton Spirituals. The legendary, the Canton Spirituals. And Emmerich, he's no stranger to us. We sing a lot of his music, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, all righty. Well, let me just say that as we celebrate Men's Day 2022 here at Brown, we're inviting again all of you to come out and be a part, because it's going to be truly exciting. Paul is going to, man, there's a song you got called Stand Up. Man, where y'all come over there at? I thought I was teaching a song, The Temptations. Just Stand Up.
Well, you know what? When I
yeah.
first signed with Motown Records, they wanted me to do something like that. And I said, I already have a song like that, which was, Stand Up. And Stand Up came from, we were in Ohio, and this guy, I'm trying to think of his name, but I can't find him at this time. He said, man, y'all need a Temptation feel. And so we came up with, is there anybody here?
Yeah,
with the background, stand up, which is that Temptation thing,
Yeah.
So we just, we took a liking to it, and a lot of people did too, and we're just proud that, it became what it was.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we run out of time, can y'all just tell us a little bit about how are we going to keep Keith Wonderboy Johnson's legacy?
Oh, that's easy. Tell them, Johnson. I mean, we've got a lot of content. Then as well, we've worked with him so much until, whatever we have to do in educating these younger generation, if we may even come out with a record with a tribute of different millennial artists singing Keith's,
Because he impacted the young and the old.
He touched the world.
Yeah.
He touched the world.
We're definitely gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we're gonna keep the spirit alive.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Paul had a conversation a while back. One thing that Keith did was reach back and help those that were coming behind him.
Yeah, he did a lot of that. Whereas to a lot of groups, you can. It's not a crime to, get busy in your craft till you get so busy that's all you're doing. But it was just Keith made an extra effort to reach back. When he told Josh he liked that song, Keith didn't have to choose him, but because of the favor on Josh's life and God directing him to Keith to Josh, this song became a Stellar Award-winning song. And so that's just not by accident. That's just spirit-led when, Keith felt that, hey, man, I like this is what Josh doing. And Josh is, taking it to the world.
And that song was Believe in Yourself 2020.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, and as we get ready to wrap up, please do not forget to text My Brown Baptist to 27636. So you can know what's happening here at Brown. You can keep up with us and all of our special guests, and who knows, you may even find a link of these guys' music there. Paul?
That's right. Hey, I'm going to be there Sunday. I'm just going to enjoy myself, but as well, maybe some surprises. You just never know. Somebody else might show up.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to those surprises, right, Brother Embry?
That's right. We can't wait.